this is near the Pine Street Inn. This is like I don't know, across the street. Pine Street is over there. Homeless people are here frequently. I don't know if anybody ever cleans. It's interesting how I cannot walk through the city of Boston without having or certainly the train stations, anywhere really, without having somebody like run up to me with a broom and a dustpan, and yet this just stays like this, and I'm never even here. Maybe if I spend my time here, somebody will show up, you know, and clean it. Well, yeah, you know, I don't think it's just homeless people who hang out here. Although there's a walkway here, and then over there is Broadway Station. So people sleep out here a fair amount, you know, especially in the summer. It's really warm today for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, so I don't know how often I should go to the movies. I don't really. They're very expensive. Movies are very expensive. And also, I mean, I am still not working. I wish that I were working, but I'm not working, and so I don't, you know, I mean, how I spend the money that, you know, I get that's not from working. I don't need all of a sudden the government to like yank the money from me, because I really need it. I really need it. More than $500 of what I get every month just goes right to bills, just bills, right? So I would have a serious problem if they just decided to stop paying me money every month. And it's not like I haven't tried, you know, I've tried, but still, you never know what people are going to do. And yet, I think, you know, that first year that I was in Boston, I did not, I didn't have any money at all, and I didn't really, you know, so something like the Hunger Games, I just automatically reacted to it, didn't even know what it was about, had no idea what was going on, said some stuff about it maybe I probably shouldn't have, just assuming it was, you know, it had some kind of sexual connotation, right? It was not all that bright to me, but I was just kind of like so freaked out by everything that had already happened over the past year that I just made the assumption, and I didn't know it was based on a book. You know, I finally saw a copy of the book. There was a copy of the book was like at the Pine Street Inn, like, I don't know, several months ago, before they got rid of the bookcase, and I had it. I got it. I just like started reading it, and I still have it. I've read it a bunch of times. I've read all the books now, so now I know it's based on books. And the series is actually really good. The second book I wasn't that crazy about. I thought it didn't make sense about the character, like the lie about the character being pregnant, because they would have found out like that. Give me a break. You know, those people who had control of their lives would have done a simple test on her and found out she was pregnant. So that kind of, I was not that crazy about the second book, but the first book and the third book are really, really good. And if you read about it, you read about the author. She has, you know, those books have a political meaning, and I really think they were good. And I think I only saw the first movie. I should probably see the rest of them. But it's too bad. It's too bad that I reacted the way I did and didn't really pay attention. They are a bit violent, you know. I mean, it is kind of hard to see people sort of killing each other, young kids killing each other like that. But I think that was also kind of, and I'm not a big fan of violence. I'm not a big fan of like portrayals of violence. I think there's way too much of it. And yet that was a situation in which, I mean, there's a reason for that, right? There's a reason. There was a reason that she wrote the books the way she did. If you really think about it, everybody is somebody's child, right? So everything that happens to people, because the people in power make decisions to make it happen, I think that has something to do with like the premise of the books. But anyway, you know, I mean, maybe it would have helped if I had actually really found out more about some of the movies that were being produced in 2011, you know, 2012, because not all of them were hostile, you know, and I think that my not really knowing what was going on kind of made people not take me seriously, kind of made people angry. But I have to tell you, I mean, it was just, I was so surrounded by just like hostility all the time, and I was so angry about everything that had happened that I kind of just couldn't, you know, and had no money, so I couldn't go see anything. I couldn't really do anything. So anyway, I saw Pawn Sacrifice this afternoon. And what I was really thinking throughout it, really mostly, is that what really, the guy who plays the lawyer, I don't really know the story. Like, I don't know the story, the story that it's based on, the story of that person's life. And you know, I'm kind of willing to overlook everything about the movie that I don't like, just to say that the guy who played the lawyer did really, really well, and I hope he gets nominations for things. He's just really good, you know? He was really, really good in it, I thought. I thought the movie was overall pretty good. You know, just the Fisher part, God only knows. God only knows why they chose to do it. You know, all that stuff. I'm not even going to speculate about it. You know, I know that particular person, that chess player, has kind of been a fascinating person for a lot of people to write about and that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's stuff about the movie that I don't like. You know, I don't like the license plates or one thing. The prostitute with the purple eyeshadow and the purple sweater. I mean, really, it's very unnecessary. It's really unpleasant. I don't know why people keep doing stuff like that. There's nothing I can do to stop you, of course. But why are you doing that? You know, why? You know? And I just feel like there's no reason to treat me like that. You know? I just haven't. It's kind of like I mean, do you really hate me that much? You really hate me that much? All these people really hate me that much, you know? And so why just like not say anything? It's not like I'm doing something to you, you know? You're the ones who are doing something to me, and I just happen to object to it, you know? So I feel like when I see something like that, I'm like, all right, you can't even really know who's responsible for stuff like that. Who is it? You know, it's the person who is like directing the movie, producing the movie, creating the movie, in the movie. You know, what is it that you're trying to say? You know, I think you're pretty, but I don't want my wife to get mad at me, so I'm also going to call you a slut. Wow, that's great. Thanks so much. Because really, like, it's all I ever wanted, right? I only think I ever wanted was for people to think I'm pretty. That's why I work so hard at all the things I've done my entire life. It's definitely it's all my fault. It's all my fault, right? And I don't know. I kind of was wondering if I should think more before I start to say something about this, about having gone to the movie. But I figure people have already noticed. You know, somebody already knows. Somebody already knew from the time that I bought the ticket that I went to see the movie, right? So I might as well say something. I don't know. I mean, is this going to continue to happen? You know, people are going to continue to make the most important, the defining thing about me, something that I don't want, that I have no control over, that's making me so unhappy, that I never would have chosen. Well, look. What do you know?